We're all watching Duck. Okay. On the off chance somebody will watch this later. There's nobody on there now, but you never know. So I split this 2x4 in half for the handle I'm making. And it's easy to do with a table saw, but I don't have one. So I went as far as I could with the bandsaw, then hand sawed the rest of it, and ended up with some. I kind of went off my line a little bit, or a lot, and So I got the bright idea to get in here with epoxy and make this flat because I'm going to do an inlay of probably about 80 pieces, and stuff kind of needs to be flat, or as flat as I can make it with my limited capabilities and talent. So anyway, did the epoxy yesterday and let it harden overnight. I'm just trying to make stuff flat. Anything? No? That's not done yet. Trying to make stuff flat so I can get set to kind of start laying out my inlay and try to figure out how to glue that in because I didn't plan for that either. Yeah. Let's see, which way is this thing going? Probably that way. See how a new belt works. The other one's kind of burning stuff. This being epoxy, you don't want to get it too hot, you just start melting it. See a high spot in here a little bit. This is by no means precision work. That's eating into it a little bit. So I use my fingers a lot because, well, if you don't know, your fingers can tell you a lot more than your eyes can. You know, fingers can tell differences, and you know, I've been told 10,000s. Some people who are used to doing it and have been doing it a long time can, you know, obviously they're a lot more attuned to what their fingers are telling them. But if you see me run my fingers over stuff, that's kind of what I'm doing, just feeling for high spots, low spots. Like I said, by no means am I super experienced at this part of it. I had a little bit of a hump there, right here, basically, right there. All I'm trying to do is just take out the lump. These two boards need to lay flat together with all the pieces that I have in between them, which is going to be a challenge in itself. all the pieces that I made for this, I rough cut on a little bandsaw. So now I have to make sure they're flat on at least 3 sides so I can do my glue up. And then I'll probably use this just to go across the top and make sure they're all flat and level. And I think a good idea to use. Work with what you got. If you're not super skilled in the use of something, keep it moving and check frequently. I mean, with all that epoxy, I'll probably just around this X here is where, wrong finger. Probably just around this X here is where most of it will end up staying. But this way I can make sure I don't overdo it. Oh, it's 15 minutes and nobody's watching me. Oh. RB, what did RV? Kind of funny, actually. So, other people are live streaming. They're doing well. I don't know. Big weekend for people, I guess. Oh, I got one. What's going on? I don't know who you are yet. I was explaining earlier, I'm just trying to make this flat and level because I've got 80 pieces to inlay in here. Oh, they left. Whatever. Oh, it's him. Run away. Alrighty. That is almost showing like a board. So all I'm doing here is correcting my mistakes. I cut this in half with the wrong tools and went off my line quite a bit. And I used epoxy to hopefully fix my mistakes. Next, I got to do this one. I think this one was the worst board. I got the bright idea in the Hey, left. Got the bright idea in the middle of doing the epoxy that hey, if I put some sawdust on here, it'll look more natural, which it doesn't. Like, wait, isn't this a knife maker's channel? Shouldn't he be making knives right now? No. Other stuff comes into it. That is woodworking. I think I prefer to be counting on metal 24/7. So I can get that off. Yeah. I've improved a little bit at woodworking. Makes more sense to me now than it did when I was in school. Because I don't have to try to think of something to make. I know what I need to make, and it makes it easier for my little dyslexic mind to try to make things work. I got a like. Woo! No, it's probably noisy, but the only place I have to lay the dang lay the dang, what is this, Chromebook? Yeah, it's Chromebook. Lay the dang Chromebook so I can film. One of these days I'll figure out how to connect the phone book to my camera, and I can move the camera around, and I won't be getting sawdust all over. Sandpapers. Yeah, it's dead. That doesn't last long. Especially the Hobo Freight variety. When it's warm, too. if the noise of the sander is blowing people's eardrums out if they're trying to watch, put it up in chat and I'll try to move the Chromebook back a little bit. I mean, I got hearing protection on, so oh crap. I had to, then I got 0. Dang it. Yeah, that's gotten a lot better. I mean, so if anybody's wondering how you make multi-piece handles fit together, this is it. Sand, sand, sand. Make sure stuff is flat. Because if they ain't flat when you try and put them together, they sure as heck, I did say heck, they sure as heck are not going to line up or be flat. All I'm trying to do right now is not put, just like I have here, pivots and stuff. Muy bien. All right. Well, here. Hey, this guy's live, but it's just some old dude sanding on stuff. Not very exciting at all. Yep. That's my life. Oh, sideways is not. Way to go on that. Spacer out here, so we'll try to fly across the room. Now. I don't know, maybe I could have skipped all the epoxy and just sanded the living crap out of these. I'll learn, I guess. That's a bump. See if I can hit it this way. And I got a little bit of a bump up right here. Bump up's better than a bump down because you can take it down with the sander. Yeah. It's this spot right here. sand. Getting sawdust all over that Chromebook. Yeah. Right here. No bueno. Hopefully, I can make it bueno. I don't know. I have the woodworking skills of a low-level idiot, so fingers crossed. Feel like it's digging. Oh, they left. Everybody's leaving me. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not doing anything better. Better. But I mean, people just aren't interested in the process. They want a knife. They want to. Maybe I'll just put a knife up here. Okay, it's done. It's JS quality. Oh, we still have our marks. Right, there's one mark. See, I'm also stupid. I have to put marks on stuff so I know which way it goes. Oops, come here. Boy, look at that hole. Well, that's ruined. Oh, brother. Yeah, this is what happens when you don't do stuff with the right tools. Yeah, big old gap in there. Yeah, that ain't good. Oh, brother. Well, that was a waste of time. Oh, I'm going to take this off. Drive me nuts. Oh, what's the plan B? What is the plan B? I have more wood. Wish I had a planer. So I could feed this through there and leave it nice and straight. Oh, goodness. That is horrible. This is what happens when you put power tools in the hands of idiots. Wow. Well, let's see. Plan B. I don't know what plan B is going to be. I may have to go pick up a cheap table saw so I can actually cut something straight all the way across. Because the only way I know of, if I've got a semi-straight cut, the only way I know of to get stuff, make sure it's flat, is put it on my stone, put some sandpaper on the stone, and go back to front with it on both sides to make sure that oh, that's frustrating. Frustrating. I've got another block of wood from the same board that is just a shade shorter, but that really doesn't bother me. Okay. How much is the table saw? Harbor Freight. Just go right to direct search because I don't feel like going through. I just have to spell table. I don't want the app. Nope, they left. Jeez. $150. I mean, it's nice. $150 when purchased online. How much is it at the store, I wonder? Let's see what this pulls up. Chicago Electric. $60. Well, I don't want the store. I want what I clicked on. Jeez. Let's see, 7-inch. Oh, it's a wet cut tile saw. That's why. I don't want a wet cut tile saw. Do they have a planer? They had. Oh yeah, $400. Woodworking is expensive. All right, so to catch everybody up, what I've just done is ruined my handle material. Good Lord, I had 3, then gone. Should change it to. Yeah. Test 1, 2. Let's see. I apologize for anybody clicking on and having to look at my face right out, because that would scare the living crap out of me too. Can't change the title. Title should be changed to I have now screwed up my handle material. So we're going to go to plan B and hope that I don't screw that up too. All right. Do you want nice? I'm going to get nice. We are now working on this. Because I'm sick of failing. So we're gonna play with this and get it right. So for me, getting stuff fit up I don't know, it's challenging, but it's also, for me, it's fun. I get to make stuff look like it goes together. People have to see knives. There. Okay. Handle's almost done. Gotta get the guard to fit on the handle a little bit better. It's going to take a little bit of grinding. Handle is mostly done. Still got to get it to where it fits flush up with the guard. And stay. Contact wheel? Yeah, let's do contact wheel. Contact wheel it is. Oh! I have yet to get a decent well, I've got a contact wheel. I just got to make a tooling arm for it. Then I got to find some place to put it. What do I do with that belt? There it is. Once I'm done. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. That was for rude. Head fall. It says. need to get a new belt cleaner because this one's gone in the bucket so many times because it's been pulled out of my hands. If nobody knows, when you're working with finer grit belts, they heat up real fast. What I'm trying to do here, get a nice finish on it for hand sanding. So I don't have to try and take out any big scratches or anything like that with my hand. No room for the fingers. We may cheat on this one. Let's see. Wow. Let's see. Almost an hour. Haven't kept anybody on for more than a couple of minutes. Gotta do something over after. Of course, when people want to see it. This match can handle any better. Oh, ears. All right. Oofta. There are ways to go. Dare I? Do I dare? Yeah, I'm stupid. Why not? We'll have to do it this way. Check off it. Why am I grinding on there? Probably not where I wanted to. Yeah. Clean it up and put that there so people have something to look at. Can you see it? No, can't. There. Hi, Candy. BBW Blades on how to not successfully do a live stream. It's all in good fun. I haven't done that many of them. Got to learn. Oh, darn it. I did not get this where it needed to be. How can I be that? Darn it, darn it, darn it. Even shaped it. Duh. Let's see, channel update. So I've successfully ruined my handle material for my challenge build. And being is that I'm completely disgusted right now, I switched to this. Because, well, I'm completely disgusted. So if you can see, let's see, where's the camera at? Try and find your angles. Okay, not that way, that way. You can see there's a ridge here where the guard is. And I have to make that. Darn it. Why is this so hard? I have to make that go away. Because I don't want anybody catching the thumb on that part of it. Just doesn't look right. So, unfortunately, I put the guard on wrong before. Thought I had it right. I got it all shaped out, got it all smoothed out, and realized that I am lacking about an eighth, a little bit less than an eighth in some spots. Maybe 3/16. A 16th. We'll just go with a 16th. So that makes it look like I know what I'm doing. But the good thing is, I now have a better idea. Where I need to take this off. Make the black disappear. Ooh, warm. Nice day. Well, it's only 82 in the shop. It's a little bit humid. I know it's not the Midwest to be humid, so I found out differently. Double check it before I take too much more off. No, that's better. That's better. Smooth it off. Might almost be. Oh, almost good. Make that noise. It's not a good noise. Hello there. Say hi in chat if you feel like it. Closer. So maybe once I get the handle to fit the guard a little bit better. Now comes the sketchy part. I've got to remove a little bit of the lower part of this handle to make the top part of the handle fit better up against the guard. And I have not been particularly lucky with wood today. I can't really tell the difference. There we go. I have to do this one by hand because you do not want to mess this up because, whoops. Once you get off one way, you're just kind of chasing your tail. And if you look, there's a very thin, there's a gap. Let's just put it that way. There's a gap. I'm going to have to do that on a flat board. So I don't mess it up. Hey, 3 people. Cool. Let me actually finish this one soon. I made this blade almost a year ago, and it's been a catastrophe of handles and and guards trying to get this thing nice, presentable. Like I said, it's not going to be journeyman quality, but I want to put out a good product. But yeah, it says in the chat that I'm working on my knife maker challenge build, but I just ruined the handle portion of it. So I got to figure out a better way to split a 2x4 accurately so I don't have to chase chunks. Basically, I cut it as much as I could with the stuff that I have. And then I had some loopses in there, but I figure, okay, let's just grab some epoxy. So I did that. And I attacked it with a handheld sander. And yeah, it's not going to work. So anyhow, like I said, I'm going to find a better way to cut a 2x4. I don't know if I know anybody with the table saw. That'd be probably the best way to do it. And I've looked them up, and they're $150. But so the idea is, I went through and I cut all this wood here inlay in between this two pieces of the 2x4, something like this. Then I'm going to glue all this together, glue the two pieces of 2x4 together, and then shape the handle. I think, oops, can't even see that. So yeah, so all these pieces alternating down, I think I figured out close to 80 pieces. And like I said, glue all these on, glue the other half of the 2x4 on top of it, and wow, okay. Then go from there. But yeah, failure. The next part of it is these are all end cuts of Damascus, varying layers. So what I'm going to do is clean them up, make sure there's no delaminations like this in there. Cut them up into smaller pieces, put them in a canister, and do what they call a fossil Damascus. So hopefully all of them will come together in an interesting pattern. The canisters are finicky. I've been able to do something with every one I had, but I've really only had one out, kind of how I envisioned it. This one I didn't hack enough, but this is actually fish hooks. And like I was saying earlier, I made this blade almost a year ago. I have probably sanded on it and etched it at least 3 times because I've ended up scratching it. It's got a little bit of rust on it right now. I've got to clean that up before I finish the blade. But I think that one will be pretty nice when it's done. I'm going to figure out what to do with it. Feel free I would funny in glasses. I don't know. Something. That needs to be a little bit more precise than I've got it right now. And given my track record with wood today, I need to be very careful about what I'm doing. So this is eventually going to get stained and then finished, and then concentrate on that, put it all together, and make it a blade. What do you guys think? Is it all right? Pretty decent? But yeah, I got to figure out how to cut a 2x4. And until then, I am stalled pretty much. So for the three, I've got 5. Dang, you guys want to make me want to stay on now. I don't know. Can I do any more explaining on anything? Is there anything anybody wants to see? Give me an idea. Because, I don't want to waste anybody's time. I don't want to bore anybody to death. Nope, went down to 2. Hey, for the 2 people that did stick around, I appreciate it. Darn it. I'm pretty much stumped right now. Got to do some thinking and try to figure out how I can accomplish what I need to do. Darn it. Not ready to really do the canister yet. I am ready. I've got to surface grind all this crap. And maybe I'll just do that. Start surface grinding stuff. Because I don't know if I don't know who's in here. I don't know if you guys have done a canister before, but just like with forge welds, anything you put in a canister needs to be clean. Because you're forge welding everything in that canister together. And if there's any dirt, oil, any badness in there, you're not going to get a forge weld. And for some reason, I guess Murphy's Law, they always turn out to be kind of in the center. So if you manage to draw out a piece of, metal in the 6 inches, well, you now have 2 3-inch blades. And that's no fun. So I tell you what, I'm going to get set up for doing some surface grinding. And we'll just go from there. What do we have in the 60s? Pretty fresh too. This is a surface grinding attachment. This is Anybody has any questions? If you want to know where I got some of this stuff, believe me, it was the cheapest I could find. Because by no means am I a rich man. Let's see. I'll adjust the camera here in a second, so you'd be able to see the sparks. Let's see. The worst thing about small pieces on a surface grinder is they do not like to stay put. And these magnets are pretty strong, but they still like to go places. Let's put anything in here that I can add to that. Yeah. It's all pretty close to the same thickness. So this fossil Damascus is going to be quite a few pieces. I don't know how many pieces I'm going to put in there. They're going to get cut up pretty dang small. Let's see. Can't really focus this thing because it's a Chromebook. All right. Let's get our PPE on. Now I'm thirsty. Figure. Oh yeah. Alrighty. Let's throw some sparks. Turn this on. Ramp her up a little bit. Oh, that'll work. No, I have to worry about getting them flat. Okay, this stuff gets a little bit warm. Do that. Don't do that. There's a lot of bad stuff in that one. Get out their way. A couple of pieces, so I'm kind of see what I'm shooting for here. And so I don't leave them in here. Don't forget, and I'll start looking for them. And I start cussing, and nobody wants that. Now let's see. Yeah, that's clean enough towards web right there, at least on the end. These sides still got cleaned up. This is actually I don't really see anything horrible in there. So I use, well, except for this right here. That would not be good in the canister right there. That darn it. Can you see it? A little DLAM right here, which, like I said, would probably end up right in the center of the billet, and then you got to cut the damn thing in half. This one right here has a lot of bad stuff in it. I don't know if I'm gonna really be able to do much. It's just not pretty. It's got a small DLAM right there, big one there. Same thing with that. That just may have too much wrong with it. I've got some smaller pieces that are more solid. That's got a DLAM. That's the worst thing. You clean them up and then they start looking like crap. But can't really just take it on faith either, because like I said, you throw that in the canister and you try and weld it all up, and all of a sudden all the work you put in the canister, which, I mean, for me, it's probably about a 45-minute process to really get the canister the way I want it before I even seal it up. I haven't made a ton of them, so I'm not super experienced. But I mean, any kind of forge welding, you want stuff to be right, because if it's not right, it's not going to work. I mean, it's just pretty much the way it goes. Once I get all the forge scale off of this, hopefully some of it will be good, because it's got a really interesting pattern in the center. And the corners are kind of messed up. But I think I can salvage some material out of this one. So basically with the fossil canister, I said all these pieces are going to be cut up. Let's just say an 1/8 inch, 1/8 by 1/8. Then you get them all in the canister. They're all jumbled up. You don't organize them in any way, shape, or form, and get them packed nice and tight. Get the powder in there, and when it comes out, you've got, this is all pretty much low layer stuff. So you're going to have wider lines going in a lot of different directions. I'm hoping that it's something worth looking at. But unless you're doing a planned pattern on Damascus, if you're doing any kind of random, I mean, you got a 50-50 shot of it turning out looking like a dog mess, or pretty good. I've got one knife that one side came out looking really, really good, and the other side, not so much. I mean, it's unique and it works. I mean, it's a blade, but yeah, it's not a. Sorry, I'm kind of running out of gas. I'm just a little bit frustrated over my oops, my boo-boo, and gonna try and figure out a plan B. Because if I can't split that handle in half, well, I've wasted a lot of time cutting up all these blocks of wood, and yeah, it's just not really worth it. And I want it to be worth it. I want to put this much time into it, so I can make it look like I don't know, whatever popped into my head when I dreamed of all this crap. A lot of people sketch stuff, and I am very envious of anybody that can do that, because I cannot sketch. I've tried, and believe me, So for the two people in here, I don't know. So for the knife maker challenges, if nobody knows, basically every year they throw out a it's a challenge. We're supposed to meet certain parameters, and this one's pretty. Parameters are really loose. It's military, but it can be from any era, and it doesn't have to be an exact replica. Thank goodness, because. Anyway, this right here was my entry for the Viking Challenge. And that started out life as a 32-ounce ball peen hammer. And forged out the bit all by hand. It took 3 of us 6 hours to get this out into shape. I mean, this stuff is really hard, which is really good because I had beat the living crap out of this axe, and I mean it'll still paper. It's not as sharp as it was. This thing right here has been rammed into many pieces of hardwood, and it's never deformed. It's never gotten dull. I did a lot of work on the grinding on this, just trying to get these faucets in here. Spent a lot of time. There we go. Spent a lot of time, just trying to, I don't know, make it look cool. This handle was not my design, but it went perfect with what I was trying to do. Anybody got anything to say? Please. I mean, somebody said something? Hey, Doc. You still here? I apologize. I never. The chat is so small I can barely see it. Anyway, thanks everybody for stopping by. All one of you right now. I'm going to have to get used to doing live streams. I mean, they're all right. I think need to have more stuff going on. I know people just don't want to see somebody puttering around the shop with a broom or anything like that. Need to have a better plan if I do another one. But any suggestions, put it down there in the comments. Other than that, thanks for stopping by. Y'all have a good one, and take care.